This is an experiment. You know, I usually go live on Sundays, and I'm in the park, and I really didn't want to go home yet. And I thought maybe I'll just do my walk and talk and have you guys keep me company for this part of my time in the park. Um, it is a gorgeous day. I hope you guys are having a beautiful weekend. I am not walking around with one of those, those weird things that YouTubers have. It like rests on their shoulder or something. Um, yeah, I just thought I'd go live. I have absolutely no theme to share with you. It's just a gorgeous day, and I'm outside, and I have no idea how long my battery will last as well. So that's the other thing. So let's have a seat together. Okay, is there enough light? So, and it says, welcome to live chat. Guard your privacy. Yes, guard your privacy. Hey, y'all. So I'm in the park, and I just taking a moment to, I didn't want to wait till I went home. Like sweaty. How are you? Say in the chat how you're doing. I was actually really sitting by the lake. It was so beautiful. And then this guy came by, and just as a woman in this society, there's definitely folks in the park, but I, of course, being me, I wasn't just like right at the waterfront. I went like past it, and then there's it's hard to explain, like there's bushes, so I couldn't really be seen, and they had sort of built up what am I trying to say? They had built up the shoreline. So I went where I really couldn't be seen, and I was right on the water, and then this dude comes up. I was like, oh, geez. Because, just safety. Not anything him personally, but just a sense of like, you're really in an isolated spot, and can't really be seen from the lawn where everybody is. So how are you guys doing? I wish as women that was not something we had to think about. Hey, love Ilian. Yeah, in California, I'm sure it's probably even prettier in California. Hold on. Yeah, I just decided to go live. I have enough battery power for, I have no idea. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys, hold on. This isn't the whole lake at all. This is like an inlet, okay? See if you can see. It's just an inlet. Folks, did you guys see anything? Folks are like canoeing, but remember, I'm a New Yorker, and my thing is I'm from the Bronx, so I am not an expert canoeer. It's already hot. I'm not trying to be, I don't know, out there exerting myself in that way. I know I'm a yoga teacher. I'm all about wellness. All right, but I am not a good swimmer, guys. I am not, like many black folks. And despite being from an island nation, I'm not a good swimmer. And so I can do the side crawl, which I think is very elegant. It's just your head's like this, and you just have one arm extended, and the other arm does like a little like baby stroke. It feels like a mermaid. I love that. That's how I swim, but I can't really swim any other way. So anyway, so I'm not really about getting into small boats and stuff, canoes and stuff like that. But yeah, I should have really tried to show you the lake. Now I'm too lazy. I don't think I want to walk back there. But this is just an inlet, and folks are going by. I'll show them to you. If they didn't want to be live on YouTube, then they shouldn't go by. Okay, here. Can you guys see them? There's a bunch of folks going. Dude is stand-up paddleboarding. Okay, yeah, another thing. No. Yeah, a lot of paddleboarders. And families are out. It's really nice. Who else is here? Let me see. Isn't it gorgeous? It really is. It really is. Oh, Genuine Messages says, I absolutely love your chakra videos. Girl, I know. I'm trying to decide. You probably didn't hear, but I have to tell my little story again. So in my small town where I am, where all these people are out, super crunchy, I didn't think anybody was watching my channel. And I was in a a coffee shop, right? And one of the cafe staff, she's like, "Do you teach yoga?" I was like, "Yeah," but I thought I was talking too loud with my friend, and I thought like the whole place probably heard us. And she goes, are you on YouTube?" I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "Did you do something about the divine feminine?" I'm like, "Yes, that was me." It was so cute, guys. I know some of you heard this story, but I'm sharing this for yeah, genuine messages. And so I was so tickled, and she was so tickled, and I felt like a mini minor celebrity. It was really fun. She said it really helped her through a lot of stuff. I think that's what she said. Like, so I was like, wow, that is so sweet. Because, you make these videos and I see the view count, y'all, but it's like, what is the impact? What is the impact? So very much appreciate it when you say that. And listen, let me put a sales pitch in here. Yeah, it is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. It really genuinely is. Um, but yeah, I am going to be reconstituting my community. I was doing it on Patreon, guys. I just want you to be able to see nice. So I'm going to sit so you can see behind me. Yeah, because I care about you having a pretty view. So I had Patreon, right? And it was just clunky. Patreon was clunky. Then I was like, okay, let me have YouTube membership. So then I had two memberships. I had to post everything like for YouTube membership, which is on YouTube, like private. Then I had to go to Patreon and post, and it was just too much, like having to do everything twice. Okay, the light's not great. There we go. Okay, mosquitoes. This live may be cut short by mosquitoes. So, but I am going to reconstitute it. Just a beautiful online space for women. That is like the only limitation. Folks over there are fishing, but they put something in the water. Really shouldn't be fishing. I hope they're not going to eat it. But yeah, I'm going to be announcing it. I'm just trying to figure out where to set it up. And what I'm thinking to do with the community is I'm sitting like on concrete. Like, what is this? What am I sitting on? Is it just like rock, all like agglutinated? Yeah, you can see how pretty it is. It really is gorgeous. I need the beauty of nature. It's just so calming. Actually, that is what I was going to talk about today. I was going to talk a little bit about how many of us, I'm going to talk specifically in America. Let me sit on this rock. Hold on, people. I'm wearing a dress, which is, oh, Lord, trying to sit cross-legged wearing a dress. All right. Is it too bright? It's kind of bright. It is such a gorgeous day. So we are under so much stress, and I think a lot of us don't know it because it just feels normal. Again, I'm just really pointing that out, like take care of your stress because it has a profound impact. It has a profound impact on our health. Like that's why I'm sitting out here right now. There are things I could definitely be doing inside my house. And I was like, you know what? It needs to not all be about work. Actually, let me show you some pretty. Right? It needs to not just be all about work. And that's just kind of how I am. Because I love what I do, and it makes me feel good to do it and whatever. But yeah. So yeah, I didn't want to go inside to film a video. So I'm like, how can I make this nice for me? Okay, these folks are coming back. Are they coming back? Or are they going away? I can't tell. Yeah, how can I make it nice for me and do my live? So yeah, if you have any questions about meditation, chakras, anything like that, let me know. I'm still trying to decide whether I'm going to do the mindfulness course. I have to teach something for the fall, right? And I can't decide. Should it just be the group mindfulness course that I teach, which I call Soulful Mindfulness? Guys, I can't even see you because it's so bright. Okay, I'm going to move. Or should I teach Awaken the Divine Feminine, which the last time I taught it, this is so fun. The last time I taught it, I'm going to walk with you guys. we focused on shamanic, like learning how to do shamanic work. And you're like, okay, well, what is shamanic work? Shamanic work is just basically getting in touch with spirit, whether it's, let me be clear on what I'm actually teaching. Shamanic can mean ancestors. Let's go this way. But we basically work and figure out what manifestation of the divine feminine is right for us to work with for a particular issue. I just taught it a couple months ago, probably about 2 or 3 months ago. If you're watching, some of you know who you are. I'm still waiting for your some stuff from you. And I don't want to go back and have to pull out the beautiful things you said manually, because that would be a pain. So if you took Awaken the Divine Feminine with me and you have not given me your testimonial yet, then do send that in, okay? But so that's what I'm trying to decide between, is whether I should run that program, Awaken the Divine Feminine, or whether I should run the mindfulness. So let me know in the chat if you have any preference that you know that you would enroll in, okay? Yeah, I would have said hi. Well, folks don't know I'm live, so it's sort of odd. Let's take a random walk down here and let's see what this does. If you hear me disappear into quicksand, like just send for help, okay? Here we go. So I used to watch this guy who did these walk and talks, and I loved it. And here, this is where we are, okay? You and me. Isn't that pretty? I don't know if you can see, there's a log. It's just barely touching the water. Guys, I wish I could get out there. If my mom were alive, she'd be like, watch out for holes. You're going to fall into a hole. I'm like, Mom, really? No. Okay, here we are. Sorry, that was probably too close to my face. This is where we are. Hold on, let me pull you down. There we go. Can you see that, how pretty that is? So I want to do these mindful moments. I kind of do them, but I'm going to also just do some shorts where I think I'll either do an affirmation. So again, give me feedback. I'll do affirmation or just have you breathe. I feel like the ones where I just breathe and show you something pretty isn't enough for you guys. Do you want me to do... Here, okay, I have to show you something pretty. Isn't that beautiful? I could just have like a pretty scene, like a mindfulness moment, and then maybe do an affirmation. Do you guys like that better? Let me know what you want. Let me know what you like. And let me climb back over this bush without falling into water. All right. Okay, hold on. Here we are. Not too close to the face. I am not wearing any makeup, so I don't want to hear any complaints. I'm looking fabulous for my age. If you knew my age, I still don't want to tell you. Anyway, okay, let's get back on the path. I may do more of these where I just ramble. So any questions? Let me stop and see what you're asking. Oh, your great energy and your energies. Okay. I know I need to do more yoga teacher. Listen, I went to this Indian lady who does Vedic astrology, and she's like, I'm telling you, you need to do yoga videos because that's where I see. Now, this was like 4 years ago now. My astrology's probably changed, right? I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but I felt too like, ugh. I used to be really slim, and then my tummy, I just didn't feel like filming myself doing too much yoga, but I really appreciate you saying that. And I am thinking of, you just need to get a mic. You need to get a clip-on mic, Viv. Clip it by my butt. Because that's really the problem. Get a clip-on mic, and then I have the camera, right? The phone is good enough, but what it is getting the volume proper for you guys. Now, I could also just film a yoga video and then add the sound after. Oops, I'm going to be disturbing somebody, which I don't like to do. Yeah, I could just film it that way, right? I could film myself. Here, let me move the camera. So I could just film myself and then quietly, and then just like, this is such a pretty spot. I got to show you guys. And then add the voiceover, right? So do the yoga, and then add the voiceover. That's one way I can do it as well. Let me show you. This is so pretty. It's just this rock, big rock, kind of sticking out of the lake. Right? Isn't that pretty? All right, we're gonna walk a little bit more. So let me see other questions. That would be a great stage for a meditation workout with affirmations. Wait, what? Okay, guys, what is this? What does that mean? Okay, well, that would be a great stage for a meditation workout with affirmations. Wait, are you trying to get me to mix three things now? I'm confused. A meditation, a workout, and affirmations. All right, you have to clarify. I'm actually really enjoying this. I think I just need to be out in nature when I film these things. And sometimes I will have a theme, so I won't ramble, but just to connect with you guys and, yeah, get your feedback. I actually am thinking, though, that I can teach Awaken the Divine Feminine in different ways. Like I said, last time it was more shamanic. I really also want to stress embodiment for us as women. Let me show you another beautiful, look at this. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, like we are not in our bodies, okay? It's another thing. So whenever you see me doing these body scans or even these relaxations, it's because we are, because of trauma, because of stress, we're not in our bodies. The way, if you go to a country where the people are less, what am I trying to say? They're less on the internet, they're more like farming, their energy is different. Their energy is different, okay? The closest that happens for me is like when I'm around Amish people, they have a different energy. It's something about because they work so closely with the land. So if you travel, like if you go to parts of South America or Africa, in some places, right, where people are closer to the land, I just feel like their energy is going to be different. And we need some of that because we're just cut off. And when we're cut off from our bodies, even if it's, oops, mosquito, because of trauma or whatever, it's still not helpful. It's not helpful for us. Guys, I think I should turn around because as I'm walking, I'm getting closer to the highway and I can hear it and I don't really want to walk over there. So yeah, here, let me change so you can actually see me. So yeah, please put your comments in the chat. Hopefully I'll be able to save the chat. Because the chat is what the folks who are live. I may not be able to. Let me see. Let me try. See what's happening here. Like our necks need to have. Oh my gosh, guys. You know when you can feel the mosquito and you're like, stop it? Our necks need to have a workout. That's really funny. I mean, I haven't done a series on like just neck and shoulder self-massage. That's an idea as well. I could definitely do. Yeah, now that I'm sweating, I'm probably giving off like heat, like the bugs can sense human, and they're trying to attack me. Yeah, let me see your other comments. But thank you for all the positives about that. Let's see. Meditation workout with affirmation. Oh, sit along the water, slight stretch, breathing workout, and with affirmations. Wait a minute now. I like that. Sit along the water. Okay, guys, I mean, is this not beautiful? Look at this. Look at this beautiful being of a tree. Okay, so yeah, sit along the water, slight stretch, yeah, breathing. Okay, see, workout I think was what threw me off. It would probably be pretty gentle. And with affirmations, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Listen, I was supposed to teach in my area. I'm like, Viv, just teach yoga in the park. But just the logistics of it. Not that anybody would stop me. Nobody would stop in my town from teaching yoga in the park. But it was more like, okay, I'm going to advertise on Facebook. And what if it rains? So I overthought it. You know, I could have just tried it. And that's what I say to you. Just try stuff. You never really know, right? I'm sorry if you see me itching, it's, you know what's happening. Because I am by water and in the woods, and we get a lot of rain where I live. Water is not a problem for us. Let me take you guys this way. I don't think we went out this way before. Again, we're still just in an inlet. And if anybody knows, what are these pretty purple flowers? What are these? What are these purple flowers? We got a little butterfly. Or is that a moth? I think that's a moth. So yeah, we just, you know, I do like that idea, sure. I did one video like that. Part 1, it was like intro to meditation. I did part 2. I never made part 3. I never made part 3, so I still need to do that. So that's probably what I should do, is go back and look at 1 and 2 and see what I need to teach part 3. Yeah, because that would be helpful. Okay, I have bug bites. What else? So affirmation, yeah. No, that's a beautiful one. I am deserving, yes. I mean, I feel like affirmations work, and they work best. You do have to do them, though, because if you're trying to change something, it's what Bob Proctor would call, it's a paradigm. So you can't just do it for 3 days or do it like a couple times. You feel good in that moment, but you literally have to do them consistently for like 30 days. I mean, I notice when I do affirmations, things shift for the better. Of course, meditation also does that, but imagine if you doubled up the, here, let's turn you this way. Imagine if you doubled up the affirmations with meditation. That would be so amazing. But yeah, let me know, those of you not watching live, let me see how much battery power I have. Again, if you have any questions about chakras, energy healing, ask me now. I did add a new service, which I sent out to my list first. Got some folks who are trying it for free and get their feedback. And those slots are taken, the free slots are taken. But it's already been profound. I mean, I am able to connect energetically at a distance. I think it's something we all could do, but of course I think some of us are good at some things and others, like maybe I'm not good at tennis, whatever, you know. We each have a gift. And so Spirit had been telling me like 2 years ago, you know, start offering this. And I was reluctant. I offered it a little bit, like I mentioned in my previous video, but then I stopped. But as my energy is feeling better, you know, I'm feeling healthy, I'm feeling emotionally better after my friend's passing, kind of feeling like I'm healing from that. You know, I feel in a good place. So I'm re-offering it. And you can, let me sit back where I started with you guys. You can see that on my website. Just energy healing. Yeah. So do check it out. So far, the folks who I've tested it with and restarting it have had, it combines also some divination. They've had really powerful experiences and confirm things for me that it was helpful for sure. So I'm going to check for if you have any questions. Yeah, questions, comments. Yeah, again, thank you, Genuine Messages. Thank you, Love Ilian. I'm probably mispronouncing your name. And who else? Yeah, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like it. I think I need to get out of the shade because the mosquitoes are getting a little bit crazy with me. I may need to move. But yeah, any questions about your meditation practice? Do you need help with making an affirmation for yourself? That's also something I really enjoy. I could do that here on the live. And yeah, otherwise just hanging out and enjoying the sort of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather. I really wish I had. Am I too lazy to take you back by the lake? I think I am, because it would be about a probably wouldn't be more than a 5-minute walk, but the walk would be kind of boring. The walk would be along this same canal, and then yeah, I don't think I'm going to go back that way. So I'm just waiting if there are any questions, any comments. Also check out my video that I had posted about the late summer season and your health. I had posted some holistic tips about maintaining your health in the transition from summer, because technically we're in a season called late summer is a season, and it has to do with the spleen, the stomach, and spleen pancreas meridians. And so I just gave some tips on how to maintain your health during this season. Okay, we're still in it through September, late August into September, and then of course we go into fall, which is a different season holistically in terms of the meridian that, whoops, gosh, guys, I have two big bites on me. Also in the Northeast, you guys in California may not know, but they're warning us that there's some, I think West Nile is on the rise, and some other mosquito-borne illness is on the rise. My friend who watches that type of stuff was telling me, and I really didn't want to know. But for those of us who are in the Northeast, there is definitely something with mosquitoes that we have to be careful of. Okay, I'm going to take you across the bridge, and actually there's a pretty view. So yeah, do you have any questions about your meditation practice, anything like that? Any spiritual stuff? All right. Ooh. So either, yeah, you're in the hot sun and then the bugs don't bother you, like now. Let me show you a pretty, pretty view going down here. It's pretty, right? We have these, gosh, you guys can't see me. We have these sanctuaries for these birds that were, I'm forgetting their names now, but it's like a bird of prey. It's not eagles, but it's not eagles, but it's a bird like a hawk. I can't, what is the name of that bird? Anyway, we've set up like nesting spots for them that are really high up, and just to try to bring them back. And they're beautiful birds. Is it a falcon? I can't remember the name of what the bird is. I can't remember the bird name. I'm from the Bronx. Ask me about pigeons. I know about pigeons. I don't know, I can't remember the name of the bird. Here, I'm going to show you the nest in a second. I don't know how, if the camera will pick it up, but here, I'm going to show you what the nest looks like. So it's on a pole. Can you guys see that? One time I was walking by and the mama or the papa was circling, and you could see the little babies. You could just see their little mouths opening, opening and closing. It was really cool. So yeah, we really need to reconnect with nature, and I'm just encouraging that. I don't know if a lot of my viewers are like urban or if you're suburban. I'm not really sure, but if you can really get out for a walk at least 3 times a week is so important, so soothing. Now we're on the other side. Let me just, it's funny because I was going to bring my bug repellent is on my legs. Of course, my legs are not being bitten. It's my upper arms, because bugs will always find where you didn't put the repellent. So now my upper arms are like all bit up, as folks say. Let me show you the view from this side. lavender pouch? Let's see. Okay, walk and talks are nice. Any rosemary spray or skin oil? No, of course I left them at home. I made my own spray, but I wanted to travel light, so I only have water on me, and I have like a little book I was reading. So, and then my friend had given me also this local. I was joking with her that because it's local, the bugs are going to be more affected. Where I live, local is super important. So it was almost like a beeswax, but it had like citronella, and it just had a lot of essential oils, but it also had a texture to it that I think would put off like all the little biting little buggers, right? So I stupidly just put it on my legs up to my knee. I wasn't thinking about the rest of my body. So, what are you all doing this afternoon? I haven't found lavender to be a repellent in that way. I've heard that too. I absolutely have. I think it makes a repellent smell nice with citronella and other things like rosemary. But lavender in and of itself, I doubt is a bug repellent. I mean, it's a beautiful, sweet smell. I'm pretty sure it attracts bees. Why would it? But yeah, they say that on the internet. I don't think it's true. I really don't. There was this kind of beautiful bird hiding over in this swampy area to the right. I'm going to show you the swamp. You ready? I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It's kind of swampy. The water's not moving. It's just all these leaves. Here, I'll turn it. It's not even leaves, guys. I don't know what that is. Debris, tree debris. Can you see how swampy that is? And it looks like folks are watching a bird. I'm trying to see what they're looking at. When I was coming this way, this guy and his wife stopped, and I was like, what bird is, what are you looking at? And I saw, and then I was like, well, what kind of bird is that? And he said a green, yeah, I already forgot what it was, because it was some, and it didn't look particularly green to me, but he seemed like he knew about birds. So who am I to argue what kind of bird it was with clearly a bird enthusiast, right? Stop staring at a bird in the swamp. So, let's see. You're working on your art projects. Nice. Oh, sculpting. I have never used air dry clay. I know it's so easy. My best friend who passed, he tried everything. And he was using that for a couple years. Not the one where you put it in the oven. What's the one that you just bake it in a regular oven? He was doing stuff with that. But yeah, I'm more of a 2D person. I'm more of a drawing, painting person, most of all. But I'm so glad you're doing creative stuff. That's another thing I think that I can just share about. We're so much now in consuming mode, right? There's so much, like even, I know you're watching me now, right? Content. There's so much content. You have to ask yourself, Goddess, is this helping me? Is it, sometimes I have, like I'm washing dishes and I'll listen to someone, and that's fine, but I think too many of us are getting stuck in the consuming of content instead of being creative. Not necessarily for other people. Seriously, not necessarily like, oh, I'm making, now I'm going to be a YouTuber but if you're a singer, right? If you're a writer, if you're a painter, poet, I think that, let me know if this resonates for you. This increase in content, which what the hell is that content? Are you a content consumer? No, you have interests, right? You're interested in certain things. You want to learn or you want to be entertained. But I just think it's taking us away from expressing ourselves. And it's a dulling effect and a numbing effect that I have seen. Okay? Meaning, again, give me a yes if you're noticing this. I notice I don't read as much. I don't read as much because I don't read as much because videos are easier to consume. So because videos are easier to consume and you're kind of passive, you know, it's easy to get sucked in. You know what I'm talking about. And so then instead of being creative or doing something more difficult like reading, right? I find when I try to go back to reading, I don't have the attention span. Like it's a serious thing. Not being able to read, and I know I'm not the only one. There's a name for this. I think there's literally something called digital, not amnesia, but digital, and again, and it's not Alzheimer's, but it's they're finding that so much time spent digitally is affecting our cognition, right? Let me see what your comments are. We are being shown our authentic ways, a creative creator co-creating. I like that. A creative creator co-creating. That is nice. Okay, I'm gonna walk in the sun now, so I may end this because I'm gonna be sweating so much, but there's no shade for a little bit. All right, I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna keep walking and talking. So yeah, the area that I'm have to pass through. It's another thing we do. We asphalt everything. When I was walking over to get to this park, I was like, you could feel the heat coming off the asphalt. And it's like, oh, well, that's progress. That's civilization. Is it really? Is that like it's good to a point, but where is the assessment of now it makes a person walk on it hot and uncomfortable. Oh, well, you'll be in a car. Well, cars are expensive. Cars put out a lot of negative fumes. There's a lot of negatives to like, oh yeah, just use the car. It's so funny. The ladies are also cutting. I'm going to cut across just to be in the shade. Yeah, I cut across to be in the shade. So I feel like humanity's at this stage where we've flexed, but now we have to step back and be at the stage where we evaluate our capacity. Like, a girlfriend of mine was telling me about they're going to start cloning. They're going to clone prehistoric. I'm going to cut right through the tall grass, actually, which you're not really supposed to do. They're going to clone prehistoric animals. And I'm like, why? Or she's like, they're going to bring back extinct animals. And I was like, well, like animals who were just extinct? She's like, no, more like further back. I'm like, well, what are the ramifications? She's like, right? What are the ramifications of bringing back, like, God knows what? Like, it did go extinct for a reason, right? Anyway, random ecological musings from Viv. I'm happier because I'm back in the shade. So again, consider working with me. Let me know in the chat, what would you really consider enrolling in? Is it Awaken the Divine Feminine, which is kind of about what it sounds like, working with the divine and feminine form, learning shamanism, it's a way to connect, or are you more interested in mindfulness and really learning how to manage thoughts, emotions, difficulties, and really understand step by step how to meditate. And it will be a tool you have for your lifetime, like which calls to you, because I really have not decided what I want to do in the fall. So let me know about that, and I'm going to stop. And any questions? Here we go. Let's see. Hey, if you're just joining, this is just a walk and talk. If you have questions, put them in the chat, right? There's no definite. I was just saying, if you're just joining, because I see the numbers went back up, I am just in a local park. I was showing a lot of nature. If you want to go back, just sharing, getting thoughts from the community. What are you interested in? And I was mostly trying to stay out of the sun, honestly, for the last 3 or 4 minutes. And now there's a beautiful breeze because in part there's also shade and the beautiful trees, the tree beings. I was watching a little clip where a guy has a really high intensity microphone and he put the microphone on the tree and you heard this like intense sounds coming from the tree, just like I guess it growing and responding to the breeze. It was wild, but it was something we wouldn't hear at our normal level of hearing. It was beautiful, really, really nice. I mean, I know, of course, we can. I don't know if you can hear the breeze as I'm filming on my phone. Can you hear that? But being out in nature is so healing. So if you're feeling stressed, traumatized, or healing from trauma, some of my audience is. Some of you are in a totally better place not having that. But for all of us, if we can get in nature, it is really meant to heal us, to be our medicine in large, large part, especially for day-to-day living. As I always say, Western medicine is awesome for like truly like disastrous things, right? A car crash, a fall, it's life-saving, a heart attack. But we have to do the daily care of ourselves. And that is what I just see lacking so much for many of us. I see it as like, it's a discipline in terms of our food, stopping with food that, oh, well, that's what I grew up eating. You know what? There are reasons that's what you grew up eating. Eat better. It doesn't have to be organic, but get your fruits, get your vegetables in. It's better to have them and they're not organic than to not have them because you can't afford organic like that. Wash things, rinse them well, peel things if you're worried about pesticides. But trust me, the good from the fruits and vegetables are worth it. This summer, I literally joined a CSA, Community Supported Agriculture. And so the farmer literally knows how much money they're making because basically it's direct to the consumer. I got so many vegetables. I was like, oh my God. I literally understand how our ancestors, how the women especially had to figure out how to keep that, keep the crap from going bad. Because I'm like, oh my God. So I'm going to dry some things because I'm getting so much corn right now. So good, you guys, like local corn, so sweet and like fresh out of the ground, though, not genetically modified. 99.9% sure these guys don't do any of that. Local farms in my area. So do what you can with your diet. All right. The doctor isn't going to tell you because doctors, some of them who care, they've given up because you tell people this is how you need to eat. This is what you need to do. And most people won't listen. So I think they don't even do that anymore. They don't bother because a lot of people even get annoyed with them. They're just like I'm thinking of a friend of mine who would be like, well, just give me a pill. We have to really take our care into our own hands. Like I said, for the day-to-day, it matters what you're doing day-to-day. Get out, exercise. Stop writing off obesity as just like, oh, that's just, I'm a big girl. Work on finding out what's your normal weight for you, right? Also, one thing I do want to address now that I'm on this is a lot of us carrying weight has to do with stress, okay? It's not just like, oh, there's a couple of things, but stress is a huge component. When you look at things holistically, stress is a huge component of being overweight. The body is literally holding on to, like just energetically, holding on to emotion, holding on to stress and trauma. It's a way to kind of literally encapsulate it, okay? So for those of you out there who may be struggling with weight loss on and off, take a step back and see, I don't know if you guys can even see my face because it's so bright, I can't see the phone. But take a step back and do some emotional work. You know, of course, they talk about emotional eating, but I'm saying the body itself will hold on because of this almost like backup of emotions, backup of unresolved trauma and unresolved hurts, if that makes sense. Let me stop and see your questions. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you watched let's see, YDMF2. Yeah, the weight loss tips. I mean, I hesitate with tips because tips can seem so superficial, but some of it just the Western doctors don't address. So, like I said, if you can take a step back, because I just see so many of us, it's getting normalized to be overweight or to be unhealthy. Of course, then you have like your fitness sisters, who are just like toned and obsessed with the gym. But I feel like for a lot of us, we're working so hard, we're stressed, there may not be the emotional support, and the weight starts to creep on, and we have to just like focus on the goal, focus on how you're going to feel, because there's no way that you're not going to feel better. Typically, if you're overweight, you're going to feel better 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds lighter, because your heart is not having to work as hard. Your liver is not having to work as hard. Especially if you're changing your food, right? You're getting your better food quality. So it's important. Again, just our health is in our hands. By the time you need a doctor, it's in the holistic systems that I study and that I teach and that I share with you. Once something is fully a dis-ease, it is harder to work with because it's gone through several stages. It's gone through stages of a little discomfort, a little more discomfort, a little ache, a little And, if we don't deal with it, here, I'm going to change you guys to this direction. If we don't deal with it, then it just becomes more of a solid, right? Again, I'm sharing this truly from my own experience that, so that many of us don't have to go through as much of this. We really have to just be like, let me come over here in the shade. My health is really my wealth. And so I had a friend, I'll tell you guys about her, who was making fun of me because I was staying at her house and I bought some groceries and they were super expensive. And she was laughing at me like the prices of things, and this was before inflation. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe you spent this on that. And now, like, I'm 99% sure in terms of health, I'm doing better than she is. And also health and disease can come up as mental stuff as well. And this particular friend was having a lot of kind of mental, emotional issues that I'm sure she wouldn't connect with food. She'd just be like, yeah, that's crazy. But, so many little things can really trigger, especially if we're sensitive. So anyway, so she was making fun of me. And I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather put my money in my health, right? You feel me? I'd rather put my money in my health. And like, that's why I'm out walking. That's why I am also not pushing myself to like, okay, I'm going to own a car, because I know if I owned a car, you guys, I would use the car all the time. I wouldn't walk. I would, like, oh, I'm going to go for a walk. Then I'd get like one bag of groceries. So making these conscious choices, don't let people also, a lot of it is to keep up with the Joneses. Stephanie and a lot of us are talking about this now, but this need to excel, to prove ourselves. Okay, it's just tired. We're tired. You want, of course, to have money. You want, of course, to have savings. I'm not saying that. But, for instance, I've made a conscious decision. Here, trying to avoid people getting on the camera. I've made a conscious decision Like, I could stress and upgrade certain things, but if I do that, then what I'm doing to myself is I'm kind of imprisoning myself in a certain way to that upkeep. And so, like I said, the fact is I have to walk. So even when I don't want to, it's not optional. So, again, you have to do what lifestyle works for you, of course. I'm just saying, think about it. Think about, of course, you can choose to, I know, of course, you may own a car and then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the gym. Well, I think it's kind of funny to like drive to a gym, right? Especially, it's like a huge drive to get to a gym. I'm like, I don't know, that didn't make any sense. So anyway, guys, because I'm going to be crossing a street, did I press? Yeah. I'm going to go off air now, but if you have any questions, do hit me up in the actual comments. Hold on a second. I'm going to stand in the shade here. So yeah, I don't know. I hope some of what I shared had an impact, at least if you had fun walking with me. And yeah, that was my Sunday Live. Have a beautiful Labor Day weekend as it continues to unfold. And love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.